Hi, and welcome back in today's 6. Now, a key part of prioritization is being really honest with ourselves. And we may think that, well, we're always honest with ourselves, but very often when we look at that prioritization list, one, we might be having some completely unrealistic expectations of ourselves, but also we might start to see some patterns which reveal things that we hadn't even really sort of noticed about ourselves. So, for example, we might be prioritizing work over family or family over work, whatever it might be. And when we look at the list, we see, well, actually, that's not what I'm writing down is not necessarily what I want for myself, or is not necessarily how I feel about these things. So we're doing things perhaps because we think we should rather than because we actually want to. Now, there are going to be situations, of course, where we have no choice. And of course, we'd rather do something else. But sometimes there will be the choice. We do have the flexibility. It's simply we've never really thought about making those changes. So this is a really good opportunity to reassess what it is you're prioritizing in your life, not only how you prioritize those things. Right now, though, make sure you're sitting comfortably, eyes open, nice soft focus. And when you're ready, just taking some big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with this next out breath, as you feel the body pressing down, just allowing the eyes to close. Feeling that sense of weight of gravity just pressing down. And starting to notice the sensations, the space around you, in particular any sounds. As always, not thinking about them, but just noticing them, allowing them to come and go. And just bringing the attention now back to the body. Just checking in with the body. Notice how it feels. Again, remember that idea of a softer, kinder mind. Resisting the temptation to get frustrated with any areas of discomfort. Instead, just sort of sinking into it as you scan down from head to toe. Just noticing how the body feels. And just shifting the attention to the breath now. Doesn't matter where you feel it, just noticing that movement of breath in the body. As you continue to follow the breath, just beginning to notice it in more detail. That rising and falling sensation. Remember, nothing to do. Body knows how to breathe. But just noticing each and every in-breath, each and every out-breath. And just continuing to follow that movement now. Just counting the breaths as they go. Just as we did yesterday, just counting up to 8. So 4 complete breaths. When you get to 8, letting it go and starting again at 1. So it doesn't matter what it is that distracts us, simply knowing when we've been distracted is the point. Acknowledging that, letting it go, and just coming back to the breath again. We need something more solid. We can just first come back to that feeling of the body against that surface beneath you or the feet on the floor. But eventually coming back to the breath and just picking up the counting from where you left off. And now just letting go of any focus on the breath. And just for a moment, letting the mind do whatever it wants to do. And just bringing the attention now back to the body. Just coming back to that feeling of contact, that feeling of weight. Noticing the different sounds around you, the temperature, the smells. As always, you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Not only aware of how you feel, but also aware of that intention to carry this quality of mind with you throughout the day. Remember that idea of stop and pause. Just taking a minute 3 times a day to come back to this feeling. And as you look through your to-do list at the end of each day, each week, it's worth starting to notice the things that aren't getting done. What is it about those things? Is it that they're ambiguous in some way, so you don't really kind of know how to approach it, or you don't know how to assess whether it's completed or not? Is there a sense of resistance to it? And if there is, what is that resistance? Unless we actually take the time to track our progress, to actually notice not only what's getting done, but what's not getting done and why it's not getting done, then we'll never really change those things. And sometimes we'll notice it's to do with our everyday sort of reactivity. And sometimes we might start to see, well, actually it doesn't align with our longer term goals, and that's why we're putting it off. So just taking the time to notice. I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 7.